This is Wake the F Up podcast.
F is for fabulous.
I'm Andy Dooley.
And I'm Kat Torres. Wake the F Up is all about celebrating the great drama of life, the beauty and the brutality. And
tapping into your true divinity, your creativity, because you are the universe pretending to be human.
It's fabulous. The whole idea is to get free, right? Yeah, it is actually legit the fast track to the manifestation, isn't it, Andy? You know, like when you are just so happy unlocking magic in the mundane, you're so good at going to the satisfactory and producing more satisfaction. You're so good at going to the thank bank and you're depositing your gratitude like a really good kick-ass now ninja. And you're so busy having a good time that the frequency, the energy, like the broadcast of your beingness is so delicious to the universe that it has to put you in the right place at the right time and get you like serendipitously connecting and colliding with the most amazing things. And then at the end of the day, you get given this beautiful meal and you're like, oh my goodness, I was just thinking about eating a dish just like this, and here it is. You know, you're going to start looking lucky. You're going to look lucky, but you know what? For all of you here in the Manifestors Cafe or all of you here in the game of Nowism, we will know. You're not lucky. You are lucky in that luck is living under cosmic knowledge. Like you are living under the grace of using that spiritual technology with so much precision, so much like investment. You're a deliberate creator instead of an accidental creator, regurgitator. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Welcome to Wake the F Up podcast number 3.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. You know, today we almost canceled today, actually, but, you know, we decided that it would just be fun to jam. Anyway, we both have a lot going on and all the things, and, you know, there's not a better way to raise the vibe than for me to just jam with Andy and talk ourselves into the alignment of goodness and nowness. So thanks for joining us. It's going to be a cracker. I can feel it.
So yeah, we're talking about how to fully let go to manifest faster. This is a topic and a question that I know comes up for Kat, comes up for me all the time. And we so desire the thing, and yet oftentimes in the desire and the clinging and I need it, we're actually pushing it away. And so we're going to give you some tools and techniques on how to let go and manifest faster, but it's really not. That's not the goal. We think it's the goal to manifest faster, but it's really not. We want to enjoy the ride. We want to enjoy the delicious meal before us. So, yeah, we got some goodies today on letting go of the desire and I need it, I must have it, otherwise I will die without it.
You know, I think one of the great indications of when we're in this space, right, Andy, is when, you know how sometimes, like, with things that just, you want them, but you don't really need them. It's things like car parks, things like, you know, your mate shouting you coffee. Like, it's nice, but it's not essential. But whenever there is this sort of, this great desire in the field, like the great vision desire that you have for your life, to launch that business and see a mighty success, or to build that empire that you have in your heart, or to, you know, get that house or that car or the partner. Like whenever we have like a real sting underneath the thing, then we just seem to hold on really tight. And this Olympic-sized grip is a little bit like the kryptonite to manifestation, I feel. There's something about that.
Yeah, it's the need to, it must be this way. Like we're very demanding. We suddenly become a 4 or 5 year old throwing a tantrum. And when we remember this, and I know everybody knows this, but it's so important to hear it again, is that the only reason you want anything is because of how you believe it's going to make you feel. So we're always after the feeling and not actually the thing.
Right. Absolutely. And, you know, this sort of, this desire to have the thing is really, it's anchored in a space of no trust, you know, and I think that this is the real problem here, is that when we have no trust, then we have this real problem with trusting, allowing, and just allowing the divine timing. Do you want to talk about divine timing, Andy? Because I reckon that's one of the secret sauce ingredients of this thing, you know?
Yeah, the timing, because that's being orchestrated by, this amazing law of attraction, all the cooperative components. And you, like Kat says, you have to become the condition of what you want. And then you are suddenly find yourself in the right place at the right time. Trust, like you said, is really big. Trusting it is working out for you. Trusting that you're doing the right stuff. Trusting that it is coming and it might show up in a very different way.
Right. But trust is an interesting thing, right? Because you can only really have trust if you know in your heart that there is a grander divine design. You can only have trust if you have actually fine-tuned your relationship to the divine in a way that you know that everything actually is working for you and not against you. And, the essence of trust is really that as we be in the adventure of life, that the great universe, the spirit of all things, really knows the timing, the places, the spaces, the little plot twists that are required for your great dream to manifest. And I think that the trust piece is, it's one of those energies that when you need it, you really, really, really need it. There is this sort of, in the game of Nowism, I talk about vibrations all the time. And if we could put a point system to vibes, I truly believe that trust would hit like the 10-point mark, because trust is not just a walk in the park. Like when you want to grab onto a bit of trust, it usually means that you're a nervous wreck and that you really, really need to just allow, to trust, to take a breath, to tune in. And here's something for our listeners to really consider. Build your trust outside of your game. Like, don't try and build your trust when you've jumped out of the plane. When you're busy falling, it's not a really good time to try and quickly jumpstart a dormant superhero power, we really want to actually take this trust piece to the journal, to a morning and evening practice, to actually establish an identity, a connection to this energy, so that when you really, 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 really need it, it's there. And you can press your autopilot and your trust will save the day.
Trust, yeah. I love the word trust, and I also want to encourage the listener, feeling of faith. Think of a time in your life where you had faith and you just kind of knew it was going to work itself out. You were trusting the process, even though the reality looked not like what you wanted it to look like. Somehow you were able to have that trust it's going to work out. You had faith in yourself and what you were doing. And I can share a story of when I was able to fully let go and I was able to manifest what I wanted. And that was back in the day when I was starting out as a professional speaker and life coach. I had to trust that I knew what I was doing. I had to have faith that I could help other people on their journey of success, manifesting, happiness, health, healing, whatever it was. And I had to stop letting the illusion that I don't have any clients get to me. And I had to trust that I knew what I was doing. I had to trust that I would put together the right offer or the right invitation for something to happen and allow the new clients to show up. And during that process of manifesting new clients, I started speaking more and started telling people in my audience stories about my clients and what was manifesting. And then I came up with a mantra that was the holy grail for me manifesting clients. It shifted my energy and allowed me to let go of, I don't have it, where is it? And that was a simple mantra. And you can use this if you're listening. It works every time. You say, I love my new clients. I know what to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love my new clients. So you feel the love for working with somebody. I know what to do. So now you're activating confidence, and then you activate gratitude and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. So you activate love, confidence, and gratitude in one simple phrase, and then I can let go of the need or the struggle or the suffering, and I can just let it manifest because now my energy has changed.
So good. And, you know, what I love about what Andy just shared there is that, you know, the statements are really quite simple, but the real trick here is to invest in what you are actually saying. You know, if you say something like, life is working for me, life is always working for me, then, you know, in order to actually extract the trust out of that, you have to really invest in what those words are saying. And that statement that you just used then, Andy, regarding, like, you know, I love my clients, which is like, that creates connection. And then, yeah, and I always know what to do, is creating this confidence. It's like you've got this double whammy energy that you're actually cultivating, which is why the statement becomes, you know, really powerful. These affirmations are really designed to actually bring us into a vibrational state. And I think that's a really important thing because, you know, this sort of affirmations and stuff can get a little cliche. We say the words and say, they're just words, right? But you know, and this is something that we play with in the game of Nowism, is that when you unpack a statement to the actual vibrational units of energy that are underneath it, and how this actually is the magic that takes you to the next level. So if you're going to say something like, and it's so simple, right? If you're going to say something, even 3 words, right? All is well. If you just unpack what that is, all is everything. It doesn't leave anything out, right? It's a really big word for a 3-lettered word, right? All means like, let's say yes energy, and well is alkaline. It's expansion. It's this. It's not this. It's openness. And I feel like it's so easy to miss the power of what's loaded in these statements, right? All is well. I mean, that's not just like a simple statement. If you really invest in the energetics under the hood there, you've got like a really kick-ass powerful statement that can, you know, save the universe, really. All is well.
Yeah, the all is well. I just love how you unpack that and how profound that is to really say it, because we do say it just so all is well, tongue in cheek, but we go right back to worrying. All is well, but we continue to feel not enoughness. And that's one of the problems we have with letting go of what we think it should look like or how it's supposed to unfold. And oftentimes a door closes in our face, and we're staring at that door for so long that, you've heard this before, that we miss all the doors that have opened and we go into victim mode. And so one of the things that helps all of us let go is when you get back into, what is the feeling I'm really after? What is the feeling of having clients? What is the feeling of being in love? What is the feeling of a thriving business or having fun traveling the world? Get the feeling dominant. It's the feeling that's got to be the number one goal. And then you can detach from how you think it's going to show up, because your higher mind oftentimes has a way better picture, way better path for you.
Yeah, the only reason why we get so hectic about it is that we're actually control freaks. Like, just stop it already, you know? And, you know, actually, you just made me think of something that I'm going to start adopting for myself, which is open the doors, cat doors. Just open the doors. I think this is going to really work for me, so thank you for that one.
Yeah, open the doors, cat doors. And that's letting go. So here's the challenge. So if you're watching, listening, here's what you got to do. And here's what I did. Like, this is the teaching part of it. Okay. So what is your desire? What's your desire? What is it? Is it money? Is it a healthy body? Is it debt free? And what is the feeling that you're after? Once you have the money, the healthy body, you've healed, you've started the business, what's the feeling you're really after? Excitement, joy, relief, security. Now you got to say, okay, how can I start feeling those emotions every day? What habits? It really needs to become a habit. Every day I meditate. That's a habit of relief, letting go. Like meditation, you're going to hear it probably on the podcast a lot. You're going to read it in the next book you read. You're going to watch it in the next video you watch. They're going to tell you to meditate, to quiet your mind, to let go of the stress and the struggle. So what is the feeling you're really after? What habits can you create every day to make yourself feel those emotions? And how can you enjoy the journey, enjoy the meantime before it shows up? Because it's trying to get to you, but when you're stressed out and worried about where is it, it can't show up. You're pushing it away.
Exactly. You've got
and
this.
so if your
keep going.
If your daily goal, it sounds so simple, and Abraham says it all the time. And I'm finally really testing it and practicing it more and more. You gotta feel good. You've gotta feel good. You've gotta feel as good as you can about everything, because all is well.
Yes, it is. And this is the thing about like the energy and the vibration, all of this. This is truly the language of the universe. This is the language of God, source. Call it whatever you like. I've got people in the game of Nowism that call it George, but call it whatever you like. Like the point is that you want to call it forth and just start to really connect with the fact that the language of creation, the language of the universe is actually energy. So all of the words that we say, like all is well, or everything is working for me, nothing is against me, I find out what I need to know, when I need to know it, like all of these beautiful statements, this affirmative language is designed to take you to the feeling. And I feel like when we, as you advance in this practice and as you keep dropping in and as you meditate, actually, you will start to be able to access the feeling tonality without needing to sort of talk yourself into it so much. But just remember the words are a real tool to get you to the energy. And as Andy was sharing just now, just remember what the real goal here. The goal is the feeling. The goal is the vibration. The goal is having the energy in motion so that your broadcast, your state of being, is actually the energy of your answers. That way then the universe has got something to work with. If you give worry, doubt, fear, uncertainty, anxiousness, I need it nowness to the universe, it's got to just keep giving you more delay, more anxiousness, more proof of uncertainty. You don't get what you want in this practice of Nowism. You really don't. You get what you're being. So find the buzz and actually, load the code and find excuses to play with it, actually, because as you shift and lift your energy, the universe will respond.
I love it. As you shift and lift your energy, load the code. Yeah. And to add to that, another story, I remember back in the day when I was getting started as a speaker and a coach, I was still doing freelance design work for Crazy Shirts in Hawaii. And if they buy one of your designs, you get $1,000. And it was like, wow, well, this is an easy $1,000. I love designing T-shirts. And so then my goal was, I want them to buy my design. I want $1,000. And what I did was, as I was going through the design process, I kept getting into the feeling of receiving the email, hey, Andy, we're buying these 2 or 3 designs from you. Hey, Andy, we love this design. The check is in the mail. And I would get into I would literally celebrate in advance. But then I would then put in the work. I would then sit down and design, submit my rough drafts for approval and art direction. I would take their art direction and modify my design. And then, the big day comes where they're like, okay, everybody submitted their designs and we'll get back to you tomorrow with the designs we're buying. And there's no guarantee they're going to buy your design. And I was just like, I just stayed in the place of feeling it. Feeling first, manifestation second. And I totally let go. I was like, you know what? They might not buy anything, but I had fun creating. I had fun designing. That was so great. And then sure enough, I would receive an email, Andy, today we're buying this design or this design. Please send us the final, Photoshop file. Because I let go of I have to have it, and I got into the fun of creating and what it would feel like if they bought it. And that's what I maintained. So then I dialed myself in to giving them exactly what they wanted.
It's so brilliant, you know, like this whole rehearsing a best case scenario, activating like identifying with the end result. But then here's the kicker, people. It's the let go. Like rehearsing the let go. In order to let go, you know those trust exercises they do where, you know, you're meant to fall backwards and the group catches you? The only reason why you're going to let yourself fall backwards is if you actually trust. That's why they call it a trust exercise, you know? And so, you know, activating a sense of trust and really developing that part of the energy is really important. And so, you know, here's a little tip from the game of Nowism that can be really handy with developing trust. You got to go on a hunt for what you can trust. Now I've got a question that helps you prompt contemplating this in the right direction. What are some things that are always true for you? What are some things that are always true for you? Now for me, my heart's beating. There's a sunrise every single day. That is a reliable phenomenon. I don't have to hustle, make phone calls, or, you know, like make the sunrise happen. It's happening. I can actually legitimately trust that the sun will rise tomorrow morning. And so this is how we can find these little seeds of trust in parts of our life. Now, can you trust that you're going to get the gig in time? Can you trust that you're going to get that phone call that's going to bring this big breakthrough for you? Can you trust like this or that? Like maybe not these sort of random elements of your life, but when you go to look for trust in your life, go to the solid things. You know, maybe something that you can trust is that you love your children, or that you love your parents or your family. Yeah, maybe you trust the fact that coffee just always tastes delicious. You know, like find things that are actually really reliable in your life and fan the flames of that. Because one of the biggest questions I get, Andy, and maybe you get this too sometimes, is how can I develop trust when I've just been so screwed over by life? When things have not worked out, I have a pattern and progression of bad luck. You know, how do I find trust when I just don't trust the world? And so, you know, my answer to this is you got to actually extract your precious attention from the things that are not working and deliberately go and look for the handful of things that you can trust. And at some point, they might feel a little bit sort of ridiculous or surface level things. Oh, I trust sunrises? Like, how does that actually like cultivate real trust, like the type of trust that I need right now? But I promise you, it's by starting with these small, reliable things in your life that you can actually start to find a momentum. And as you find one thing to trust, you'll find another thing to trust. You'll find another thing to trust. And before you know it, you will realize that you are, in fact, standing in the midst of an orchestration of miracle and beauty, and that this whole universe is made of trust. Actually, it's made of love. You will find it, but you got to go looking for it. And sometimes, like on the topics of things like trust, you got to look a little harder.
And you know, well, I was just thinking about that feeling of trusting the little things, and that feeling of trust, it gives you a feeling of security. You feel secure. You feel like, right, the universe has got your back. And that's a feeling that you can decide, and it's a practice. I need to start feeling more secure in myself. I need to start feeling more secure in this universe. And other things that you know, Kat and I can talk about, like ways to let go, things that like help me really let go. I love taking a hot bath. When I take a hot bath, I let go of it all. When I go dancing, I let go of everything. When I go mountain biking, I let go of everything. So we want to, like, again, the habits of feeling trust, the habit of feeling security, the habit of fun. Like this is deliberate creation. I teach this in my Manifestors Cafe, where you have to deliberately create new habits of feeling good, security, trust, playfulness, dance, hot baths, mountain biking, getting out and just having fun with people in a coffee shop. Buy somebody a cup of coffee. Have fun. Yeah. Trust the magic.
Yes. And you know what? I gotta call this one out. Like, you just have to drag your unconscious ass to the first good vibe. which is because as soon as you do that, you're conscious. As soon as you can have one conscious affirmative thought about something, you can have another and another. And it's so interesting, because people sometimes be like, oh, I don't know which vibe I need. Like if you can just know that every single alkaline energy is connected to all of them. So for instance, when I feel trust, then I'm more relaxed. When I'm relaxed, then I feel more creative. When I'm creative, that's when I start to feel confident. When I'm confident, that's when I can be more playful. And when I'm playful, then I start to feel really free. See how all of those energies are actually related to trust. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you can get onto one and get into a little momentum, then you can actually start to move yourself into alignment. But the real trick here, and this is where I love what I do with people in the one-on-one space, because everybody has their own little secret sauce for manifestation, for actually dragging your ass consciously to the first positive thought so that you can actually start the fire. You can't start the fire without that first spark. And really, it takes a lot of willingness to even begin, right? You've got to actually know that, trust is really hard to find right now, but it's got to be here somewhere. Where is it? And then once you just go to that first place, that first space, and just dare yourself to feel the thing, then you will get a momentum. But that first one's a killer, mate. You just got to explore yourself and work out what's going to put you into an honor system with yourself, actually, that you're going to make yourself get to that first feeling, that first thought.
Yeah, I love this. And, in every moment, we have the choice to feel a little bit better or a little bit worse. Mm-hmm. And so we want to practice that muscle of moving towards feeling a little bit better. And this goes back to the morning ritual, that helps you let go of the struggle, of the stress. And if you can start your morning, like Kat says, in a friendly universe, if you can start your morning, I do that's right. Start my morning. That's right. Today's a new day. That's right. I had a great sleep. That's right. I have some exciting things I get to do today. That's right. There's some things I'm not crazy about, but I'm going to have fun doing them. Yeah. That's right. I'm looking forward to seeing what magic unfolds before me. And when you start this engine, these thoughts early in the morning, now, you've probably heard the saying, you win the morning, you win the day. It's so true, because now you've built this momentum, so now you feel secure, you feel like you are in a friendly universe, the sun has come up again, you are the center of the universe, and the universe is waiting to surprise and delight you, and you just need to get a little energy in that direction, and the magic unfolds.
Right, and so, back to the topic of the day, which was, how do you manifest faster, man? It comes down to trust. It comes down to the let go. And one of the things that causes us to not trust and to not let go is, number one, our control freaky little sideshow that we've got going on in our brains. But then also, the specifics. The specifics can tear you down. I've got to manifest this thing in this way by this time with this person with this amount of money. When you start to get really specific about what it is you want and the way it's got to unfold, and it's sort of like you're trying to play the universe's role here. You're trying to play the universe's role of putting all the pieces in place to help the story unfold. Mate, get out of the way. Your job is to offer the right vibrations. And when you find yourself being specific, and if you're being specific but you can feel the resistance bubbling up, and you can feel your doubt and your fear and your worry, oh God, how am I going to get from where I am to where I want to be? And you're starting to, you can feel the field is sort of tightening around you. It's ugh. This is the time to bring out in your consciousness one of my favorite Nowism characters, actually. And his name is General Les Specific. And General Les Specific is it French,
yes.
General? He's a Frenchie, yeah? And General Les Specific is reminding you in this very moment that you need to be less specific and actually go general. And in this moment, when you remember, there will be a series of pom-pom cheerleaders that come out from behind, General Les Specific, and they all say this tune. Go General, go general, go general, go general, go general. And I really hope that you remember this character in your consciousness so that you may actually, number one, have a little laugh at how specific you're being, how you're trying to control the universe, and that you're trying to tell it, the universe, that what you want and the way you want it and the way it needs to roll out. I mean, please, it's embarrassing. Just stop it. And actually assign the task to general less specific, to actually soften your grip on your specifics, let it dissolve so that the energy can be solved actually, and then you go general. Do your song and dance. Go general, go general, go general. And then as you soften that and go broader brush strokes, the universe will have something to work with again.
Beautiful. Yes, let's go general. And here's the other thing, because sometimes we want to manifest faster and we get caught up in the trying to manifest faster. And now it's the opposite. You've got to slow down, go general. And if there is 3 emotions, I've been playing with this and teaching this in the Manifestors Cafe, SAG, like Screen Actors Guild, but it stands for 3 emotions. SAG stands for satisfied. Just be more satisfied with what is, satisfied with where you're at. Doesn't mean give up. Be satisfied. Like you can get to such a beautiful vibration just being satisfied. It's enough. I'm doing enough. A stands for appreciation, right? You're never going to not hear about appreciation, and G stands for gratitude. You're going to keep hearing about those emotions. When you put them all together, a feeling of being satisfied, a feeling of appreciating the journey, the unfolding, the story that you're in, and grateful for all of it. Yes. Grateful for the pain and the struggle. Grateful for the sunrise. Grateful for a cup of coffee. If you can stay general and cultivate SAG, satisfied, appreciation, and gratitude, the manifestations will happen faster than ever before, and you'll have let go of all the BS.
It's so relieving. Aren't you glad that everything that you need is already here? Like, isn't it good to know that you don't have to run away to some island in the tropics, although that's always nice. But you don't have to go to through some huge cathartic experience to actually activate an understanding of the way that you are using the spiritual technology in collaboration with the divine design. Isn't it good to know that the great Omni, the spirit of all that is, has loaded and coded inside of you absolutely every ounce of what you need to manifest your most ultimate life, for your gifts and your talents and capacities to express. This technology has more to do with getting out of the way than it has to do with scrambling to get to the things and learn the things. It's more of a revealing than a getting. You don't have to get it, you just need to let it.
Yeah, I love, Kat has another saying, you don't make it happen, you make it welcome. That's so great. You don't make it happen. Think of that. You're trying to do the job of the universe. That's insane. You just become the energy, the vibe. And if you can just go general, be less specific, and really make the emotional journey paramount in your spiritual evolution. Make the feeling good as much as you can, as often as you can, the priority. That means letting go of the drama, letting go of the ache, letting go of the I'm not worthy, it's too hard. Just relax into being satisfied, appreciative, and grateful. And that is enough. It's enough. It has to be enough.
So good. And the one thing that the one thing on the list of 10,000 things to consider is, in order for you to really place so much investment into the vibe, is that you really have to know it in your bones that these are the building blocks of creating reality. And I'm sorry to break this to you, everybody. If you don't really believe that how you feel is how you attract, then you'll always be rearranging the furniture to try and feel something. You'll always be trying to get the answers out here instead of activating it from within. And I feel like this is the game changer for people who really tap into the manifesting technology consciously. Because, by the way, guess what? You're manifesting either way. Manifesting is not when you sit down and you arm yourself into glory all of a sudden. Like, you're manifesting now according to your average energy. And so, but the people who really understand the value of vibration and put that before everything are the ones who truly know how to play in this quantum soup of possibilities, and are also the ones that create great magic and can take the quantum leaps, because energy is the answer. It gets you there quicker. Now you can hustle, you can push shit up a hill and get to the answers. You really can. Like, so many people in this world do that. They hustle and hustle. And this is why we glorify exhaustion. Is there enough blood, sweat, and tears? Did you suffer enough to get there? And like, it's a very, very common occurrence that people hustle to get to the top. But, on the flip side, there are this crew of amazing now ninjas that know that you don't make it happen, you make it welcome. And so instead of actually like forcing all of these things, as you like use your God-created abilities in the correct way, in a deliberate way, in a really intelligent way, you can actually cultivate the magnetism inside of you, and you can experience the success of this life, but you can get there with this level of ease and flow and play and grace. And for me, I think that this is a really nice manner of travel. How about you?
As you were saying that, I was like, yes, right? Can you feel that? Like that, I want to get there with fun and ease, and I want to let it unfold, and I want to be surprised and delighted. I don't want to be a control freak about every little thing. And when you really surrender and let go and trust, it builds that security. And it's a muscle. It is a muscle. That's why, I recommend journaling. I recommend this with my one-on-one clients. I recommend it in my cafe. Because when you just write down little things, you don't have to journal 5-10 pages. You can journal 1 page of the wins of the day, 1 page of what you're feeling satisfied about. You can write what it is I want and how that's going to feel, and then think, how can I start feeling that now? Because you, from a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, can feel all the emotions of winning the lottery, of falling in love, of landing a new business opportunity. From one cup of coffee, from a hot bath, a hot shower, you can extract those emotions that you're after, and you don't have to have the manifestation. Like, you want to get so good at feeling good that you don't care if it shows up. That's like an ultimate vibrational place. I don't even care if it shows up because I'm already feeling so good, and then boom, 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 it shows up.
Yeah, it is actually legit the fast track to the manifestation, isn't it, Andy? Like when you are just so happy unlocking magic in the mundane, you're so good at going to the satisfactory and producing more satisfaction. You're so good at going to the thank bank and you're depositing your gratitude like a really good kick-ass now ninja. And you're so busy having a good time that the frequency, the energy, like the broadcast of your beingness is so delicious to the universe that it has to put you in the right place at the right time and get you like serendipitously connecting and colliding with the most amazing things. And then at the end of the day, you get given this beautiful meal and you're like, oh my goodness, I was just thinking about eating a dish just like this. And here it is. You're going to start looking lucky. You're going to look lucky, but you know what? For all of you here in the Manifestors Cafe or all of you here in the game of Nowism, we will know. You're not lucky. You are lucky in that luck is living under cosmic knowledge. Like you are living under the grace of using that spiritual technology with so much precision, so much like investment. You're a deliberate creator instead of an accidental creator, regurgitator.
That was beautiful. Okay, what the lucky acronym? What was that again?
The luck, and this comes from Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith. Luck is living under cosmic knowledge.
Ah,
so good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, to know this is where we're headed. This is where the collective conscious is heading. If you're listening to this, thank you for listening. Please, subscribe, share. Yes. And that, this is it. This is the awakening, living under cosmic knowledge, knowing that you are a manifestation of the divine, knowing that your thoughts do become things, and knowing that it's really a game called reality that you invented so you could play the game. You invented it. It's that good. And so if you can just focus on on feeling and flowing and nothing's a big deal, all is well, really taking these cliche sayings, but taking them to heart, waking up in a magical universe, telling a better story about your magic, your glory, your birthright to worthiness and knowing it and feeling it. Yes, that is the path.
Yes, it is. And you know what? You set it all up for you in the beginning, and the great story of creation, at the end of the day, you're just pretending to be separate for the fun and art of creation. So welcome to the present moment. Thank you for your precious attention, and also welcome to eternity. May you enjoy your stay.
Welcome to eternity. I know, I was reading some quotes today from both Bashar and Abraham, and they were saying, you are eternity. Do you get that? Do you get who you really are? Yeah. That you're forever, that you're a part of existence, and you will always exist in some shape, form, and dimension, whatever. Right. Whatever you're choosing, whatever playground story you're wanting to create for yourself, it's...
I know, right? It sort of gives you goosebumps on the inside of your head, and you're just like it's just like our little human brains are easily fried by these big metaphysical abstract conversations, but this is where when you tune in to the silence and you feel into this conversation that we've been having today, but then you just drop all of the words and even just the wordiness and the humor and all of the things and the fragmenting all of the bits, and you just let all of that go, you can feel the home song. You can feel that call of the divine. You can feel the original blessing, the original marching orders from you to you, that you came here to allow and to share and to shine. And it's such a delicious journey. So I really do mean it when I say welcome to eternity. And I hope that you enjoy your stay, because don't worry, there's just another chapter up ahead, and I hope that you'll find joy in that one too.
That is so beautiful. Really great. So we're coming into the home stretch. We can start to wrap this up. I do just want to remind everybody, to support our channel, to support Kat, to support us in this journey of sharing this technology, these tools, these processes. Subscribe, like, comment, ask questions. We'd love to answer your questions in upcoming episodes. And... Yeah, I was thinking a fun way we could possibly end, Kat, is doing some that's rights back and forth, kind of just general about the story of eternity, the story of being creators and playing in amongst it, and just
Sounds good.
Take the listener on a ride.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, that's right. I love knowing that I am a creator.
That's right. I am enough right here, right now.
That's right. I love feeling my way forward.
That's right. I love that I'm getting better and better and better at this.
That's right. I love focusing my thoughts and feeling a shift in energy.
That's right. I love that there's a momentum and it just goes up and up and up.
That's right. I love knowing that the better it gets, the better it gets.
And I love knowing that I can always just begin again.
That's right. I love living in a time-space reality where contrast gives birth to new desires.
That's right. And I love that it can be funny and it can be playful, and that we can take dance breaks.
That's right. Dance breaks, hot baths, a walk in the park. Yes.
That's right. I love that I can go to the satisfactory and keep producing more satisfaction because I'm actually surrounded.
That's right. I am surrounded by magic. That's all happening before my eyes. I am creating all of this.
That's right. I am, in fact, an automated miracle, and my song is playing right now.
That's right. I hear the music. I'm dancing. I'm reminding that it's all about how I feel. It's an emotional journey, and I'm focusing on that. That's the priority.
That's right. And it just feels so good that the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets.
That's right. Woohoo!
Oh, thank you, Mr. Dooley. He is the king in the Manifestors Cafe that is actually workshopping the language and getting people to workshop the vibrational gems. So thank you for your work, because it's just so good and healthy for the alkalinity of the vibration.
You're so poetic, and I love your way of words and your game of nowism, where you really help people shift and lift and code and load and all the things. Yeah. Check out nowism.
Yeah, it's really exciting to be here with the Wake the F Up podcast, everybody. If you have any questions or topics that you would like Andy and I to cover during our next episodes coming up in the future, which really is in the eternal now, then please send us a message. Hit us up, because we're really just excited to provide you with content that feels delicious.
Yeah, so that's the show. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe, share it with a friend. We love you. Let's keep creating the good vibes, mastering our state of being, and making the best of everything.
If you want to know more about the great Andy Dooley and the Manifestors Cafe, you can check the links below. If you would like to know more about the game of Nowism and building that toolbox for your consciousness, then check us out. We'll see you there.
Woohoo!
Yeah, baby.